Hey people, gosh, man, I'm just here waiting for my daughter to come out. I think she just finished her training. She trains as gymnast, and she finished roughly about 13 minutes ago. And I think she's probably taking a shower, and she'll come out shortly. Um, I was just seeing a lot of news from back home in Malaysia about bullies and ragging in school, and the most recent news about this girl that died in Sabah, where the police is saying that some elements of bullying, the sequence of things that happened leading to that incident. And I saw some of the news as well about bullies somewhere else, and some bullies that happened among girls, and which I thought didn't quite happen, but obviously not the case. And this terrible thing with bullies and ragging, is one of those topics that I wouldn't say has left a scar in my life. I think it's an overstatement, but it was one of those things that I thought in my younger age, something that was completely fucked up, for lack of a better word. And I first experienced bullies and raggings when I was in a boarding school back in Malaysia. And I was at the school for 5 years, from the age of 13 till 17. And I think if you ask anyone who has gone to any or who has studied in any boarding schools, they would tell, these things happen. And I don't think this is exclusive to Malaysia. Malaysian boarding schools, but I guess it's anywhere in the world. I mean, there's question as to what extent it happens. And just to kind of reflect a little bit about what happened then, it was 1989 to 1993. I mean, I remember, but I wanted to go to that school, and I don't know, from the outside, I just saw the school from outside, and I thought, wow, this school looks really nice, really beautiful. There's something about it. I just wanted to be in that school. I got into the school, was very happy, but that feeling of happiness didn't last very long. I mean, soon after that, I started experiencing bullies and raggings in the school. I mean, a lot of it, I don't know, I don't remember much. And I think the fact that I don't remember much is simply because over the years, I sort of refuse to remember a lot of it. Right? I mean, it's one of those things that if you don't like certain things in your life, or some parts of your life, you kind of refuse to remember them, and over time you just forget them. And some of the things that I saw over there was quite shocking. Well, then people will say, well, that's normal, but I don't think, at least in my view, it wasn't normal. Yeah, it's still not normal. Getting kicked in the head, getting punched in the stomach, getting, I don't know, flying kick, getting slapped in the face, yeah, and then even among friends from the same year, that happened. Yeah. Some of us got together and, as a group, attack another person. I mean, these kind of things. And I saw that and I thought, wow, I mean, that's just so unacceptable. It wasn't something that I would expect to see in such a, well, considered as an elite school. And I remember having this fear on a daily basis. having this fear of going back to my dorm, having this fear of being in my own bed. I remember this feeling whenever I was back home at my parents, um, during a holiday or whatever, and that I've always fearing that last day. Normally you go back to school on Sunday. I always feared Sunday because Sunday would mean that I have to go back to the school, would mean that I have to go back to my dorm, would mean that I will have to be sleeping on my bed again, and would mean that I never know what's going to happen that night and the nights to come. And this whole bully thing, I mean, obviously I left Malaysia for many years, and I left the school for bloody decades. I was always thinking that one day this thing was just going to improve, things would be better. But seeing what was happening today and reading all that news and watching those news, it's getting worse. I saw the news today that now in Malaysian, they're trying to install some former policemen and whatnot to be the wardens in the school. I mean, yeah, it's sort of thinking out of the box, to have some ways, some way to put control over all these things. But then when you think about it, my God, I mean, how bad has it become? To the extent that you have to hire some ex-army and policemen to come in and watch over the kids. I don't know what's happening. I mean, the whole concept of SBP, I'm sort of deviating a little bit. The whole concept of boarding school, I mean, I'm talking about those SBPs, Sekolah Bersama Penuh back in Malaysia. I mean, the whole concept of it, the concept of it, I kind of agree to it, but how things are set up today, I don't agree, but that's a separate topic. But certainly bully it's becoming like a thing. There's got to be some major change that needs to happen, both on the political kind of level, as well as administrative in school level, to get this to a level that is more manageable, because at the moment it is completely messed up, and I'm hoping that this will get better at some point, sooner or later. The question is, where the hell is my daughter?